I know you and Jerry Seinfeld, and that's like I've heard him do it on his show.
There you go. What's the deal with cannabis?
Your hair's looking fantastic, bro.
It's you know what's funny is it hasn't been this long in many years, and I'm kind of digging it.
I like it.
My kid said to me the other day, "Wow, your bald spot's gone."
Yeah, man, you should keep it going. See
Yeah,
what
I
you can
think
do
I
with that.
will. I was gonna like maybe introduce some color. See where where the
There you
gray
go.
or where the silver is. I might go like green.
Or purple even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or just like some green, some purple, some orange little tints, and
Ooh,
just have like
do
a
that.
cannabis themed sideburn.
Ooh, I like it.
I guess the sideburn's more here. Cannabis themed like side head.
Side, yeah, just like a couple stripes. There you go.
Totally. Totally.
That could be good. That could be good. But
So
yeah,
so you got we were just comparing bottles. You got the
yeah,
fresh lot. You get the
yeah. This
fresh
stuff
lot
was
at
packaged
21%.
also April 8th, so very recent. Like that's fresh,
Definitely fresh. Yeah,
fresh
absolutely.
from the farm. Gatineau. Yeah, I like it, man.
Mine's just a little behind yours. I'm at 15.26%, which is still quite
That's not
nice.
shabs. That's all right.
No, man. And you know what? For a strain like White Widow, I feel like I remember when Hexos Nebula was at like an 11-12%, and
Mm-hmm.
I loved it then. At
Oh yeah.
15%, I love it still, and I'm
I,
guaranteeing at that 21%, you're gonna love it even more.
I can't wait to smoke some. I've always said this that Hexo stuff always punches above its weight. I don't know. It just seems to hit harder than what's advertised on the bottle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm down with that. It's funny though. Like so the Medi folks get stuck with the lower lots. It's always the
Just
way.
takes
It's kind of
just
not
takes a little
fair, hey?
longer to sell through, maybe, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know.
the
Send it to medical. They'll
with the
smoke
with
it.
the speed of how quick things go through the rec channels, man, like it's awesome to see that fresh of packaging, right? And like I know that,
Yeah.
like I've seen some from other LPs that are like it was packaged like a few weeks before I bought it, kind of thing, or like a month
Oh, I
before.
know. They're starting to get some good turnaround times, which is really it's good to see. It's
Yeah,
definitely good to see. Yeah, there's some fresh stuff out there.
totally, bro. You
Yeah,
cracking
man.
into that bad
Let's
boy
let's do it. Yeah, this is gonna be great. Let's
simultaneous?
compare nugs too. Like let's okay. First of all, let's look at the bottle size. Is your jar big? Oh, you just got more. You got a
I got a
bigger.
15
You got
grammer.
five. Oh, you got. Yeah, I'm just
Like I
going.
said, I love this stuff. Like,
Well, you've heard. I mean, this is Nebula, man. This is Good
yeah,
Morning. This was my daily driver for years,
for years, exactly, man.
years, and
Like
it's
I
been a long
remember,
time
like
since I smoked it.
right from the early days of Hydropothecary, like when it was back when it was in those glass jars, and like you mentioned, like the time of day, Good Morning, like
Hmm.
it it's been around for a while, and it's been awesome for a while.
Yeah, it's good. It's stabilized. It's nice to see the numbers back up there too.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So let's crack. Should we crack together, or did you crack already?
correct.
Crack.
You know what's cool about my jar? I
Tell
mean,
me.
about your jar is that the excise stamp is right on the jar, and look at
Right.
that seal. So
Yes.
that's the new move, right? Get rid of the boxes,
Yeah.
so that less waste, and change the seal. I've got this bulky kind
Yeah. You
of.
got the Rippy seal. That's
It's like
nice.
a
That is new. I haven't seen that in market actually.
Yeah. So I like your seal. I think that's gonna treat things a little bit better, and that seal's 100% recyclable.
Ooh, nice. Look what I can pull the excise stamp almost right off,
Yeah,
unscathed. I'm gonna
nice.
reattach it after and sell it. No, just kidding. Will I find
Fill it with
a
black market bud and then sell it.
Will I find a Bovida pack inside, my friend?
Sorry,
Okay. Will I find a Bovida pack inside?
that would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be. I'm cracking it right now. Here we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Does that bring back some memories?
Yeah. It's it's nice. It's got that. What I used to love about it. It has sort of a. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. That tinned pineapple scent.
I love,
It's
I
super
love,
familiar, man.
I love
Joel
that that's your
pineapple.
go-to for
It's
this.
just
Yeah.
right there for me always. Nice size nugs.
Like, did you eat a lot of tin pineapple when you were
I love tinned
young?
pineapple. I did, yeah,
Do you
actually.
still?
It's been a while, but it's a very familiar. It's just such a familiar scent for me. It's sort of a childhood thing. So maybe that's why I like it so much. Kind of
Totally.
does bring me back because I did used to eat a lot of tinned pineapple as a child. I do like pineapple. It's probably one of my favorite fruits. Okay,
Mine's
so I'm
full
just
of
gonna
mine's
grind
full
it
of
up.
like these like mid-sized conical buds.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've got. A little bit, some smaller than others, but on the whole, it's not like. Oh, see, there's a nice size one. That's decent.
And they're nice
On the
and dense
whole,
too.
yeah, it's nice. It's I gotta say that it's not like 30 little 1 gram or 0.1 gram buds or whatever, but so it's nice. It's nice. I'm gonna grind some up. I'm excited to smoke some with you.
Yeah, time to rip it up.
Dun, 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 dun,
You know what else
dun.
I've been smoking a lot of lately?
What you've been smoking a lot of? The
The
hashes.
hashes. And I think you had this last time we
I
talked, didn't you?
did. I've had it. It's funny as I kind of rotate through, so I haven't smoked a lot of hash in the last little bit. I did also pick up what I must.
Ooh,
There's a
which one
little
is
bit
that?
of the top leaf pink Kush.
Oh, nice, man. I've been hearing
Just
a lot
launched.
of good about that one.
Very tasty.
Yeah. I mean,
It reminds me of French toast for some reason.
Pink Kush is like that's a great
Waffles.
go-to, right? And like we've had a few of the producers put out a nice Pink Kush in the
Yeah, I
past.
mean, I've never. It's funny. Like all of a sudden, I became this great pink Kush fan. I was never like a huge fan of it. Back in when I was a medical patient, and then I started smoking some recreationally, and I like Canna Farms in particular. I
Right.
love their pink Kush. I gotta say that the top leaf pink Kush is phenomenal, though. It's
Good.
hitting right home for me.
Yeah.
Bit of a different cut than I think than what Canna Farms has,
Right.
which is kind of cool. It's a little bit unique in the market. I think. So it doesn't have doesn't have that familiar pink Kush taste that I mean some people may be
Medley
familiar
pink,
with it
right?
because it's one that kind of went around BC quite heavily. I think it's like a Tom Ford pink Kush if I'm not 100%.
You know what? I just saw
I,
that
I
from
would
somebody
verify
else.
that.
I just saw a Tom Ford strain from someone else, and I think might have been,
Somebody else.
I want to say a 7 acres or a Quest or something like that. Kind of one of
Perhaps.
the,
So I
yeah,
know ours is it's a little bit of a different one that's it's not too but it's certainly delicious. I highly recommend.
excellent. I'll try that one out.
Come on, you gotta next round we gotta bring some other stuff to the
For
all right.
sure.
Are
Appreciate
you
the
locked and
recommendation.
loaded?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay, all good, all good, all good,
I got
all
I got
good.
carried away chatting there.
No worries. So what else is going on? You got a new puppy, new member
I
of the
got
family, man.
I got a new puppy, man. He's 8 weeks old, and his mom is border collie and his dad's Great Pyrenees. So we're expecting him to be a big, smart monster. And
A
the
big
dad,
smart monster. I love it.
well, the dad is 100 pounds. The mom's
Oh,
30
dude.
pounds. So I'm hoping for like an
So
easy
you're
like
hoping for
7.
130 pounds.
Just put those together. Um, but yeah, he's super cute, super curious right now. He's
Nice, dude.
he's the man.
That's fantastic. That's fun. It's nice to have puppy around.
And we named him. So obviously, my wife Laura knew that the name had to have some kind of cannabis theme to it.
Yeah.
Um, and the boys kicked in as well. So his name is, and clearly he's been knighted, obviously. So his name's
For sure.
Sir
Of course.
Sir MacGregor VonKushington III, because he's our
Very
third puppy.
nice.
And MacGregor, we went with Mac for short, like Miracle Alien Cookies.
I love it. Perfect.
VonKushington.
Beautiful. VonKushington. Yeah, nice. Mac, he's cute, man. He's a
Yeah,
cute pup.
he's gonna be a big boy. He's fluffy, super fluffy. Big
Yeah,
feet.
holy smokes. That's nuts. I'm about to be invaded by puppies myself.
Are you? Excellent.
Yeah.
You got which one's pregnant?
Little Sadie just had her puppies. She just had a litter of 6 puppies, 4
Congratulations,
boys and 2
Papa.
little girls. Yeah. So she's with her breeder at the moment.
Right.
Not at home, but probably will come home either tomorrow or sometime over the weekend,
Oh,
probably.
awesome.
So all her little puppies will come with her. So we will have a litter kicking around. So I'm just like, oh my god! And when you talk about getting up in the middle of the night, I'm like, I
Oh,
remember last time. I was like, yeah, it
well,
was
don't
fun.
don't
She
forget
only
you.
had 5 last time too.
Well, don't forget you get the pleasure of hitting 420 on the other side too.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Fair enough.
It,
It's definitely worth it.
man, it's totally like going back to newborns again. Like when the boys were fresh and I was like getting up throughout the night and Laura was getting up throughout the night and in the morning it was just like you look at each other and you're both like just tired of shit and you're looking at each other like we'll get through this together, babe. Like
Oh yeah, it's got to get better. It will get better. And then you have
eventually.
puppies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man.
How long was she away from the fam?
Like over a week. We kind of
That's a long
timed
time.
it wrong. Usually, so she's with us up until the last possible moment, and then she just goes for whelping to the breeder that we got her from. Just makes things easier. And usually, like last time, we got her like she took breeder came. It was like the next day, and she this time was over a week. She was with her, so I miss her a lot.
Oh wow, yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah,
I'd be missing mine if they were gone that long.
yeah. So, but yeah, my other dog's loving all the attention though. It's just him.
Right.
So.
Nice.
But yeah,
All right, man. So what I'm doing, I saw you got the burnt ball going.
yeah. Of course, I got the burnt bong. I mean, I don't know if there is any. I mean, I have other bongs, but I
There's
guess
no
they
silicone
just
bong when you're at home, right?
no, 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 no. Got to go for some quality.
That's right. Do you see that those guys are popping out some vape pens coming here pretty soon?
Who's those guys?
Burnt.
Yeah.
Burnt has
Sorry, I
a.
forgot. Yeah, I did. I saw they have some
Did you smoke
disposables
already?
coming. Oh yeah, I have. Full transparency, been smoking all day,
Yeah,
which
it's
is no different from any other day. So.
yeah, I thought it was super interesting to see because I mean, obviously we only know them as an accessories company, right?
Yeah,
And
I remember them talking about that a while ago now.
yeah, and so I thought it was kind of cool to see, and the pens like they look really nice, and I think that like it's interesting that like I mean, as far as vape pens go, there's not a lot of variation you can have with that product, right? It's a distillate fluid in there, and you can either have no terps, botanically
Yeah,
derived terps, or
yeah,
cannabis derived terps, or full spectrum. Like
full spec. Yeah,
there's these kind of small variations in that product, but aside from that, a vape pen's a vape pen, right? So I
yeah,
think it's kind of cool that that the way that they decided to kind of differentiate themselves in the market is through the visuals, the artwork on the pen itself. And
yeah,
I thought it was really cool to see Palmetto doing the same thing, or maybe not necessarily
yeah.
the same thing, not to compare them, but
No, no, I
I,
know what you're saying.
I think that's pretty cool that Palmetto's doing that. Those pens look pretty slick too.
Yeah, the Palmetto brand is pretty. It's out there. It's kind of cool. People really kind of fell in love with it at Lyft in January last year.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of funky. I did see those burnt pens, and yeah, they look kind of funky too. I saw there was a headband one.
Yeah.
There was a wasn't White Widow. It was white something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look pretty cool. The one thing, yeah, and I saw Hex was launching some single use, or not single use, I should say, but
We call them
disposables,
we call them all-in-ones.
all in ones. Nice.
Yeah, we got 3 of them that we just brought to Alberta this week is when they would have started showing up on
Nice.
the AGLC, and then you'll start to see them. You'll start to see them hitting the stores all around. But yeah, we got 3 all-in-ones. We got our Blue Dream, Trainwreck, and oh man, brain fart. But yeah, some really nice all-in-ones coming out, and carts will be a little bit further down the road.
Nice.
Yeah, bro.
Nice. Yeah, there's definitely
Durban.
some
That's the
cool.
third
Oh,
one.
Durban. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying just in terms of differentiation. I mean, you can, with carts, I guess, as you say, there's just differentiations, and it's, I mean, what I will say, shout out to Sundial, is we do the broad spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, if you've got a Lemon Riot cart, it's going to be as close to Lemon Riot that you're familiar with smoking that dried flower as possible. So we don't really derive from anything else. We don't add any botanical terpenes. It's not a distillate. It's it's a full spectrum. So what's as you say, it's kind of you can't really. You can start with garbage and end up with something amazing, is what I'm saying, when you're looking at those types of oils and those types of concentrates. So sort of like the only one that really you can't kind of, that it really matters more almost, is like sort of, I would say, would be like rosin, because
Right.
it's basically you're pressing the flower and you're smoking exactly what's coming right off of it. So it's sort
Exactly.
of,
Yeah.
if you've got crap on your flowers to start with, or if you're just starting with garbage, it's garbage in, garbage out. Whereas with
You can't put lipstick on
CO2
that.
extract, exactly, with CO2 extractions, or even solvent extract, any kind of solvent extraction, you can kind of fuck with the end product to get whatever you want.
Totally, man.
So,
Yo, would you say there's a, like, when you use the terms broad spectrum and full spectrum interchangeably there?
yeah,
Was that accurate?
for me it is.
I'm just curious. I'm curious
Yeah.
if the language there differentiates anything.
I think we officially say full, I want to say.
Right. I think you do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that broad would be would simply mean that it's not everything's in there.
Right, bro. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's a difference there. Yeah, and we are definitely full. Like, it is everything.
So tout that full.
Full, baby. I'm full.
I'm putting hash on mine.
Oh, look at you. Should I put some hash on mine, or do I want to go for the full, just only Nebula experience?
Yeah, you haven't tried that Nebula at this percentage yet, so maybe you should go pure. I've been smoking this stuff day in and day out. It's my jam.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, all right. Are we ready to what are you smoking out of, by the way? What do you got these days?
Oh, I'm going Incredible.
Oh, you've been an incredible guy there for quite a bit. That's kind of cool.
I dig it, man. I dig it. I mean, it doesn't beat the burnt bong. The hex. What is it? A hexabong?
It's Hex, yeah. Burnt by Burnt Designs.
I just realized that almost sounds like hexagon.
It does. It does. Hexagon. I think that's what it's called. The hexagon bong.
Oh, it's a hexagon bong.
It's
I feel like
hexo.
you could drop the gon.
Not hexagon, Basil.
I gotta get you a sticker for that thing or something. It's a hexagon bong. Well,
all right.
Bottoms up.
I'm excited. This is fun.
I guess you don't really need to tilt yours. I said bottoms up for mine.
Oh yeah. I'll go bottoms up.
Wait, don't light it just yet.
Okay.
You got to give me 1 second.
I'll give you 1 second.
I got to take him out for a pee.
Okay. Wait, let's pause. Amy?
Pause.
Can you pause?
Hey, brother.
Hey.
Did we do this part already?
We had a slight little, yeah, we did. We need to smoke our weed. Yes. We've been waiting far too long to do that. So a little Nebula Hexo in the bowl. Excited.
Good to see it back in your bowl, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad to have it back there. It's been a while for sure.
Did you take my lighter?
I did. You want it back?
Yes, please.
Here, come on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
do this.
Let's do it.
Oh man, I topped mine with hash. Man, I like this stuff.
Yes.
Is it what you everything you dreamed it was?
The flavor is, it takes me right back. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
100%. It
I'm
is
happy to see
there.
that smile on your face.
That is consistency, my friend.
One of the
I
things I
like that.
really like about it is like it always gets me right in the nose. Starts to get the eyes watering.
Get that stingy nose thing going on. Yeah. 100.
Yeah,
Oh, there it comes creeping in right
I'm into that.
now. Oh, yes. I'm
It's
so
a
happy to be smoking this again. As soon as I saw it, I was at my friendly neighborhood Spirit Leaf store,
nice.
and I saw it on there, click and collect, and I'm like,
Is that the good
gotta get
folks
that.
at Fairview, or which one do you use?
I use a bunch.
Yeah.
I actually was at Fairview last week, but this one was purchased at Chinook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so they had, I noticed the Nebula right away. I'm like, I am on that. So I'm super happy that I did. This is gonna be a good weekend. I
Yeah.
love it. I love the effects of this. It's such an up. It's so funny because it's like what they call it an indica, don't they? Isn't it
it,
labeled an indica
it's really funny. It's all
hybrid?
the material always calls it an
Excuse me.
indica, and I remember um, even in the
Yeah.
early days when it was Good Morning, they always said, "Yeah, this is our indica, Good Morning," but it doesn't act that way. And for me, White Widow should be considered a hybrid, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like as far as like if we're talking perceived effects, that's to me that's like an ideal representation of the perceived effects of what a hybrid should be. Is
Yeah.
what White Widow does for me. And
Yeah, man.
that's White Widow from like I've had like the 7 acre. I think it's 7 acres does a White Widow. I believe
Yeah, they do. That's right.
Tilray does one through Canada, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kanika. They have a white widow. I've had it
Um,
before.
there's another one out there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, anytime I can get my hands on a White Widow, 100%, I'm doing
Well,
it.
remember we used to use it as an example when we were first talking terps in the clinic, because we'd say this one is an indica, but it's called Good Morning. How could that be? Right? So
I was thinking about those old talk tracks today, like just the way that I mean, when you and I were educating way back in the day, when you and I were educating at NHS,
yeah.
the amount of people in those that would come through the clinic, like we would see hundreds of people a day sometimes,
Oh yeah, dude. Easy.
and I mean, you were expected to be fluent in all of the strains from all of the producers, and
Yeah.
so yeah, you kind of got into this habit where you had like these talk tracks for each product that's out there, kind of thing.
100%.
And
Yeah.
it was like I was having like nightmares of nightmares of talk tracks the other day. It's funny though, like they come back like it's like riding a bike. Like someone asked me about whatever product it was. I think it was actually Bayou,
Yeah.
which in those days was after dinner,
Yeah.
which everyone knew as the beautiful purple bud that came in a glass jar. Um,
Yes.
you got some, don't you?
No, what I do have though is you're gonna trip out when you see this. I was cleaning up my closet the other day on the weekend actually, and I came across this
Oh my
bad boy.
God. Let me take a picture of that. That is like, man, that's
Right?
old school, bro. That is
Yeah.
really old school.
I'm like, wow, big
That was
sky.
that was only
Oh,
for
dude, do you want to know what's even trippier?
ah, you thief. You stole my meds.
That's excellent. I
That's
love
excellent.
that.
You got to
It's
keep that one.
there's 1 gram in there. In this whole huge jar is 1 gram. That's
I
what came in
love
there.
that. I love that. That's
That's too funny. I look at that. That says Basil Kelly.
that was the only that was the only LP at the time that you could order single grams from.
Right. Yeah, I found this old bag full of old jars, man. It's pretty trippy.
That's funny, man. No, don't ever recycle that one, okay?
No, I won't. That's a keeper. Here's
That's
a
it. Like
blast from
collectors.
the past.
There you go. That was a good one. That was a
I
really good
like that stuff. That was good.
straight Kush they had. Then they ended up doing. I think there was a pink Kush from them as well at one point.
Yeah, there was Gosh, there was some good stuff like back in the day. God, it's too funny.
There was a Cali Mist at one point.
Yeah, it was like a trial kind of a thing for Cali, but yeah, absolutely. I came
That was
across some old Medrelief ones
that
too.
was when you were there.
Yeah, they were trying it out. They have Cali now, don't they? Don't you guys have a Cali SKU?
No, no,
No,
not that I know of. And I mean, I should know.
you would know.
Yeah, definitely not.
Here's another one.
Oh yeah, that's old school too,
The
man.
Canaway. I used to like that, the sour kush. That was one of my favorites, actually.
Man,
I know, a blast from the past, eh?
big time. I'm going back in.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if I have anything left in this bowl. It was too tasty. I took the whole thing. Nope. I got to reload. Must reload. So what else is kicking, my friend? I feel like it's been a minute since we've chatted.
Yeah, man, lots of new products hitting the market. Hey, like with
Yeah, seriously. Like some new concentrates out
oh,
there.
dude, the concentrates. I mean, I'm not a fan of the price points that I've seen so far, but I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. Things start at one place and then they generally work their way down. But like I mean, it kind of like we saw it first with Canna Farms concentrates.
Yeah.
Had like the hash and the rosin and all that stuff, and it seemed pretty pricey.
It
But
was
then
pricey.
these new ones, something five. What is
Yeah,
it?
five. I think it's five. I want to say 5 points, but I don't know if it is. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
I know
five a lot.
exactly what you're talking about.
Premium five.
Premium five. They did the caviar. They have a caviar, and then they have a batter, I think. And I've seen the caviar for over $100, and
A gram,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, but then I think, okay, what are concentrates cost on the legacy market
right?
for a gram of like? It's basically, what do they call that? Like diamonds in sauce? Is that caviar basically, right?
Right. So
What does a gram of that
look?
cost? I have no idea.
I'm
But
gonna
I mean, maybe it is $100, right? Like I wouldn't say it's got to be around that price. Like I don't think it's like $50 for a gram of that shit. I
oh man.
mean, maybe I don't know the best way to research it. Maybe our research assistant
I'm
can
just
just
looking
check
at
on or you're doing just check on a mom online or something
um,
and
oh man.
see what you can find.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, like I think it's a little pricier than I haven't actually ever had the opportunity to purchase caviar.
Yeah, me
Uh,
neither.
but I gotta imagine it's definitely not that pricey. That being said, I'm sure that those prices will start to come down. I know that I've heard Fireside, I believe, is going to be one of the next ones to come out with
To do some concentrates, yeah.
some cool concentrates. Yeah,
That's cool.
I've seen teasing on like just online, like on socials and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I've seen some teasing from Good Buds, which I'm really excited about.
Oh,
Because
I
like,
remember seeing on their website they were talking
and
concentrates
like
back.
remember how
Mango
terpy that
taffy.
mango taffy was? And like, I don't know, have you tried anything else from them since? Like, I've
No,
tried
I've
a couple
seen.
of
You
the.
know what? I've seen. They do have. There's like salty God or
Oh, I
salty
want to try
Bud or
that.
something, but they're only available in either. I've seen some pre rolls and I've also seen some 1 grammers.
You know what, man?
And to
Don't
me,
shy
I
away from
don't
their pre rolls. They're
really.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've had the Island Fig, I think it's called, and
Yeah.
maybe like an Island Chem or something like that
Mm.
in pre rolls, and like you give those a dry hump and you get all those terps. Like
Mm.
that flower is so terpy that it manages to stick around into the pre rolls. And I gotta think too that like they're not cheaping out on those pre rolls. I think they're going, like all bud. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I
On
really
your
like.
reco, I'll do it. I mean, I just looked at the 1 grammers, just like of the dried flower, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Like
Yeah,
it was over $20, first of all.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm kind of like, really, is that good? And if it's that good, I'd rather have more of it. So I'd rather just get it in a 3.5 or bigger,
Right.
like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah. So, um,
How comparable is that to top leaf flower price wise?
I think it's more expensive.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah. Top leaf runs, anywhere between, I've seen it like 48 to like 52, kind of sometimes a little bit more, but
Right,
in and around there.
right.
Premium. So like, I think it's like 12 to 14, I think think a gram. Yeah, it's the new
That's like
pink is
that's
great,
like
man. The
whiskey
Bubba's
pink.
nice too. Like there's some new the top leaf stuff I'm digging.
Right. There was another one in it. What was the middle one you said there?
Middle.
You only said two. What was before Bubba?
Oh, Pink Kush.
Oh, okay, Pink Kush.
The
And then
pink
is it a
and the
Bubba
Bubba.
or is it a Death Bubba?
It's Death Bubba, but
Yeah,
it's
so.
called Bubba on the market. But it's a cross between Death Star and um, OG.
That's
So yeah.
it's funny to go with just Bubba on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they allowed it. I think it was like a naming thing that they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can't call it death, and you can't have the word death.
Just in the sense that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the lineage for Bubba Kush is like, it's a pretty shady lineage already, I think. And it's like one of those ones, and I could be completely thinking of the wrong cultivar, but I think it's one of those ones where, like, this bro crossed it with that and this, and he had something else, and people were pretty sure that this was the cut that he started calling it Bubba, and like I feel like it was one of those ones.
Could be. I don't. Yeah, I don't know offhand. I can't remember. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure I've read it a million times, but
Got to do some more research into that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it's from the West Coast. I think it's originated there, or at least Death Star did for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, some nice stuff, some cool shit coming out, as you say. Yeah, it's nice to see those concentrates actually on the market. The other thing, I was at the Spirit Leaf store today, and they there's a nice big display for the Very Vel products in there. I'm like, hey, can I get some of that? They're like, next week.
That was the next one you mentioned, bro. I'm excited.
Yeah,
too,
man.
And like we were talking about this. Is it a dime? Oh, gummies, man. That's a hot item.
3,000 milligrams.
Oh, with LSD.
3,000 milligrams.
What are they, like 2 each?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I just like the flavor.
Yeah.
It's an expensive habit.
Yeah, man. Every time I was walking into a store, like just to make my own purchases, it was always like, there's no gummies. Like nobody's able to keep them in stock anywhere. Like as soon as they hit shelves, that's the first thing to go.
Yeah, it's funny, eh? Then the gummy. Everybody loves the gummies. I mean, people just dig it. I guess.
I think it's
a good. I mean, they taste good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like they're actually like enjoyable to eat. And I think it's like the romanticism that like you've always heard about weed gummies kind of thing. Like it's just what, and then so like people who aren't generally cannabis consumers, they're probably just going to the store and they're like, I want some gummies. Like maybe that's what they think edibles are. It's possible. Shake the burnt. Shake that bomb. Don't drink it.
Oh yeah.
Still Nebula?
Still Nebula.
Nice.
Delish. I like it. I need a beverage.
But yeah, man, those drops. Super stoked about that. Really excited about the nano emulsion thing. Really excited. Whoa, what you got there?
I got myself an AHA beverage.
So is that what you're going to put your drops in, or is it already dropped?
No. This is like it's a Coca-Cola product, and it competes with La Croix. It's just fizzy water with like an essence of flavor. So this one is it's called AHA. It's peach and honey.
Nice.
And they're quite delicious. There's no sodium. It's just basically water with bubbles. It's
nice.
Soda Stream. But
yeah, totally.
I need to pull the trigger on that. I do drink a lot of bubbly water. So.
Yeah, man, now's the time. And I mean, you're going to be, I suspect you're going to be an avid consumer of Verivel drops. Mm-hmm. And I think that you're going to be spending more money on your AHA sodas than on your drops. So you should just get a Soda Stream.
Yeah. I saw some in BC. They're available already.
Yes,
I saw
Ontario too, I believe.
Someone popped the little insert out and was was using a dropper just because it's like they need a bigger dose.
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah, because it's
Four drops
two
equals
drops.
one
No,
milligram
two drops equals a milligram of whatever
THC.
the cannabinoids or
Two
are
drops.
in
Yeah.
the product. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like in the 1-to-1, 2 drops is half of each, right?
Gotcha. And so
yeah, for 10 milligram, and they're at a great price too. So like the 10 milligram, you're getting it significantly cheaper than if you were to go buy a 10 milligram beverage. But yeah, I assumed that when those drops came out, people would definitely be up in that dose.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like that's why I'm like, screw this 10 milligram bullshit,
Right.
man. I'm gonna just down the whole bottle.
Well, and I think this is why it's such a great product for a guy like yourself, because like, you're putting it in something that you already enjoy the flavor of, which we saw you do not enjoy the flavor of all edible or all drinks. And you're able to like find that dose for you, right? Like we were talking about, maybe 30 will be the right one, but maybe you want to try 25 first. So and then so you can really dial that in. So I'm pretty stoked about that too. And just like the idea of having just that nice little small container that you could have like in your pocket and like wherever you're going.
Yeah,
like,
man.
If you're out and about, like you could drop it in anything, or just like, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about, is that like that versatility, man. Like,
and are they planning on doing? So I know the THC. I know there's a 1-to-1 and a CBD, but I want to talk a little bit more about the THC one.
I thought you might.
So I know it's
400 milligrams in that bottle.
In the whole bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sweet, actually. So it's called Yawn.
Correct.
I'm assuming it's an indica-based cultivar that's gone into making the Yawn drops. Is that what we're to assume? And will there be a sativa? Will there be a rise or a like whatever this is? However you.
I think the Yawn comes a little bit more from the flavoring is
the boring
chamomile
marketing campaign that goes. No, I'm just kidding.
is chamomile, so I think like that's where they're going with that.
Oh, is there flavor in those fuckers? Did you hear the up?
It definitely went up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the flavoring in that one's chamomile. In the other two, there's a passion.
So they're flavored. I had no idea.
Yeah, and it was subtle though.
Okay.
Yeah, real.
So
subtle.
they're meant to go in beverages. Like that's the idea, right? Like it's like a beverage enhancement, or is it just like ? Put it in whatever, like a kind of like a la decarb, like put it in whatever you want, kind of thing.
There you go, man.
The idea.
I mean, like,
okay, very cool.
It's water soluble, right? So anything that you're drinking, you could drop it in there. But I mean, I'm the type that's gonna. I like to have. I don't know if you know this about me, but I like to have cannabinoids in my body.
I know everything about you, my friend.
Times. You even have my medicine.
I watch you sleep at night.
So I like to have, cannabinoids in my body at all times. So like I see myself like putting that on like the eggs in the morning. Like
I put that shit on. It's like your Franks now, or you put that shit on everything.
Put it on a cracker even, or whatever, man. Like
firecracker.
Okay, now we're just getting crazy here. But yeah, like put it on everything. Like why not, man?
Yeah, I like that, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to launch that, like to get that. I mean, it's already launched.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure it's from what I've seen, people are pretty pleased. Like they're like, finally, like a real, something we can sink our teeth into here,
exactly.
Which is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the other beverages have just. I mean, I'm sure. No disrespect. I think they're fine. I'm sure people are enjoying them. They're just like for people with high tolerances or avid users, I think they're looking for something where they can actually control the dose a little bit more. So
I think that's exactly it, man. And like
that's pretty cool. And not have to buy like 17.
Exactly. Like are you gonna drink 17 2 milligram? No.
Nor can I afford it, right? Like that's the other thing is like I think you know, I don't know what the math would be per milligram, but I'm sure you guys have done it, and I'm sure it works out to being something pretty economical, as you just, I mean, I heard you just say it. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So yeah, it's gonna be significantly more economical than going that route, and like, and I mean, the versatility I think is awesome, but and yeah, I think it's one of those products that's like, it's a difference maker out there in the market kind of thing. And I think
yeah,
that, like, I mean, I think that the way that we have these, you know, these maximums on certain categories, I think that that's gotta, like, that's the issue here, right? You know,
right.
like that's the thing that's got to change eventually, is as do a lot of the regulations that surround
Yeah, man.
that
Hey,
surround this flower. Like, it, yeah, blows my mind.
what's the dried flower equivalency on that stuff? Like, can can I buy a bottle of that stuff and then go to town on flower, or is it like, oh, do you get a pre-roll and then you got to leave the store and come back?
Yeah, no, it's the equivalency is low. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so you can go in and grab, you know,
Oh,
uh,
wow. Okay, that's fantastic.
one
Because
of each, and then go to town on everything else. Yeah.
that was the other thing also with some of those beverages, is the equivalency factor is kind of out of whack. Like I know the Tweed ones, they're 5.1 grams for flour for each can. So
Wow.
I think I mentioned this before. You can't buy six because it's over 30 grams worth of dried flour, right?
Right.
At 5.1, like it's kind of sneaky, but I don't know why. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think, I mean, like,
so
right across the
that's nice
board.
to hear.
Yeah, those kinds of things all gotta change up. You know, we'll get there.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure we will. It's just like they can see now. It's we've been into it for a little while. Like let's take a hard look and make some swift changes. I mean, I guess we're kind of in the middle of a pandemic still, so
So now
but
might not be the most opportune time.
well, you know, but now you see cannabis is an essential service, right? Like can
Right.
people I mean, like I don't know if you saw, but let's switch gears a little bit and talk newsy. I just saw that cannabis sales for the month of March, 180, I think 180 million dollars worth of cannabis sold
Jeez,
in the
that's
month.
Canada.
That's Canada wide. That's nationally. Where and I think what was it? It was like either 60 or 80 mils sold in the same month last year, and it was up 20% from the month before. So up 20% from February.
Wow.
So you know things, as you saw over the, you know, things are closing and industries are going the other way, and cannabis just surges, man. It just shows you that people. Now we'll wait and see what happens for April, but just to see maybe people were stocking up in March. But
Right.
yeah, it was interesting. I just saw those numbers and I was like, $180 million worth of cannabis sold nationally retail.
Totally, man. That is something else.
That's not too shabby. As you can probably guess, it was Ontario, I think, was out front, followed by Alberta.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. That's
Quebec's a big market too, though.
absolutely. Yeah. Which is um, what?
I don't get that either. It's Friday late. Maybe her brain has turned off.
um,
Or did one of us say something? Oh, I get it. How much of the? Oh, okay. So Amy's chimed in and said, "How much out of the 180 million
was hard.
were we
How,
responsible
how
for?"
much did hard smoke?
I think it was a share. I think it was to both of us combined.
I
So
think,
probably a good, you know, half.
yeah, at least. Yeah.
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 You know,
Give or take a few
I
cents
mean,
here.
yeah. So the majority of Alberta probably
I
went through my bong.
don't know what everybody else is doing, but I'm smoking a lot of weed lately.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. That's so true. I think
So
everybody's smoking way more
that's the
weed.
thing, right? Like, everyone's home, everyone's smoking a lot more weed, and I'm curious too. Like, I'd be curious how many people, and like what's reflected in those numbers, but like of new consumers, like, you know what, they're not having Friday drinks with the work people anymore. So maybe they're at home and they've
Figured
decided, you know
that's
what, this is the best opportunity for me to try something different.
yeah.
Let's see what cannabis is all about. You know, like, I'm curious how many first timers are out there that use quarantine as
Maybe a lot.
their entry drug.
I mean, it's perfect time. You're right.
It is.
It's if you're gonna try it, like you're at home, you're stuck at home, you're with family and people that you love, hopefully. Yeah, man, like blaze it up.
That's right, man.
The world's a pretty fucked up place. So should we all be fucked up too, right?
I think you bring up a pretty valid point.
Yeah, man. So so lots of so there you go, man. Like seems kind of recession proof.
That's right. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes and how if it keeps up, after people start getting back to work and things like that. Which, I mean, judging by leaders like Spotify, maybe there won't be that many people going back to traditional work. I was talking to Laura, and I were having a conversation about how
I caught that too. You mean Shopify, not Spotify. I was like, wait, do you mean Shopify?
Definitely meant Shopify, not Spotify.
You listen to a lot of music these days.
That's the Hayshes.
The Hayshes.
We were having a conversation about how many office buildings are going to, potentially remain empty downtown. Like Calgary was already, there was plenty of buildings who were a little bit empty, and how many are going to remain empty. So here's our brilliant idea. Let's give vertical growth a whole new name and get some LPs in those buildings, growing cannabis floor after floor after floor.
You know what's funny is about a year and a half ago, I met with someone who was working for Calgary Economic Development, and that they wanted to take an empty building and actually do just what you're saying, but turn it into like a cannabis center of excellence. So not only have some floors that were dedicated to grow, but some floors that were like lab.
Right.
Some floors were like almost classrooms where you could teach how to grow. Some floors were like, sales, and then some, like you could have like everything under one roof. I thought that's a really cool idea. The other thing I was sort of saying is like, man, like, whoa, we have a homeless problem here. Like, we're gonna have all these empty spaces. Like,
fill them up, man.
Fill them up. Yeah, like let's I think it's
let's quit treating people like refuse, and let's give them a home. Like, those buildings are there. It's not like you're gonna get rid of them.
Yeah, man, it's pretty. And I know I had the same thought too. It's like, Calgary specifically, it was already like downtown was ghost towny, and now
let the plants take over. Fill them with like veggies and cannabis, and
there's so much good you could do with all that empty space for sure. You're so right. Like you could,
bro.
Pretty crazy times. When are you hearing like people are opening up, like in terms of cannabis stores? Like any
getting back into stores kind of thing, like a territory. You know what, man? Like, I started to hear rumblings of some reps hidden back into stores. Personally, I think that's it. It's a little bit, and I've talked to stores and gotten kind of mixed feelings on it, about, some stores saying, you know what, like, there's no reason for you to come back into stores right now. Like, it's just added strain on the people who work there and things like that. And I've talked to store owners who are like, no, man, come on in. Like, it's really, like, like we need to start moving back into a realm of normalcy kind of thing. And I don't know, like, I mean, I've read, that we need to keep flattening and looking out for like a second wave here. And I've also read, from people claiming to be experts in the field, like, we've got to get out there and start building like the herd immunity kind of thing by transmission. So it's just, it's kind of a necessary, natural way to combat this, is just kind of start getting back to getting out there. And, people will contract it. But the majority of the healthy people will start to build up that natural immunity kind of thing. So, I mean, it's kind of all over the map. I don't know how do you feel about it personally?
I don't know. I think it's too early.
I personally think it's a little early.
Yeah. I think we could wait another 3-4 weeks, and it
wouldn't
really hurt anything that much more. Maybe. I mean, I'm not an economist, but
I mean, I'm mainly thinking about like those folks who, like, they've got to be at that store every day, right? Like they're exposed to whatever walks into that store, and
exactly.
And whatever walks into that store, like, all through the day kind of thing. Like they're just like they're the heroes out there, like exposing themselves all day in and day
100.
out. So like, do we need to add more strain to that? Like, I don't think we do. You know?
Yeah, I agree. And you run that risk. Like somebody comes in, they have it, they give it to somebody at the store. You might have to shut your store down, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not good.
Yeah,
If
man.
you're up and running,
Yeah,
right?
and then yeah, you're from the flip side, from the person, hitting going around and hitting all these stores. Like, you could be that thing that ties these cases together from store to store. If you're the one hopping from store to store, right?
Yeah,
Like,
shit, man. Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
you're patient zero just out there spreading like crazy.
Yeah,
And or also you're the guy, or you're the one who's bringing it home, right,
that's not good.
to everyone else. So yeah, no, it's I think it's a little early.
Right on. Right on, brother. I see where our timer is waning, so maybe we should wrap it there. That was a good catch up sesh.
I think so too, man. I
Glad we
think
got
it's
to
a
smoke
good
some
place
of the
to.
same stuff together.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. I'm gonna keep smoking it here for a second.
Me too. All right. It's good to see
Awesome.
you.
You're just gonna